Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Chris and Tammy here, and we're delighted and excited to have you here with us to present this wonderful, wonderful opportunity. First of all, before we begin, want to recognize some of you that are bright and early. Actually, Bradley, I think you were here quite early, and Joan, Mary Kane, actually, welcome. I know you were here quite early. Walter, welcome. Danielle Weberg, welcome. It's awesome to have you here. Babiano, welcome. Esther, welcome. Great to have you here. Richard, thank you for joining us. Actually, you're absolutely rocking. I know you're on the board. You're doing well. Steve, Coach Steve, everybody, awesome. Really appreciate the interaction you have in our GotBackup Telegram group. You're absolutely awesome. Lee, welcome. Awesome to have you here. Let's see who we have. We have Leah. Thank you for joining us. We are Digo online. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I do apologize. Joan Mary, actually, I think I would mention you. Richard, it's awesome to have you here. Actually, both of you. And Kelly Bright, awesome. So Tammy, pass it over to you.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday and happy International Women's Day. Super exciting. And for those of you who know Chris and I, we love Fridays because Friday is always date night for us. And I hope that you guys plan that. Any couples out there keeping that consistency, right? Communication, relationship strong, super important. So Chris and Tammy here we're in Daytona Beach, Florida. It's an absolute gorgeous day out there, Chris. And we have been in the network marketing profession for many years. We actually wrote a book a few years back on how to create freedom through our industry. And so we've built up large organizations, international, which is a lot of fun. So we got a lot of international presence and a lot of international experience in building this profession. And I know that you can too. And I love GotBackup because there is no borders, right? So it's super exciting to be able to be part of this company.
So at the end of the day here, folks, we're here to present you a company that is really designed to empower families with a global opportunity, as Tammy stated, with a massive growth and success. And folks, we are just getting started in turning people's dreams into reality. Remember, some people forget we're not even a year-old company yet. So there are some massive possibilities. So why are you here? Well, that's the point. It's time to turn your dreams into reality. Look on the far left here. There's beautiful families in front of the house. They just probably bought this brand new home. What about vacationing, right? What about being able to be there with your children, especially when they're young? What about being able to invest? Often Tammy and I talk about creating passive income. It's wonderful to make money. But you know what's really awesome is when that money works for you. You're not just making the money and spend it all to have this beautiful lifestyle, but you also take a portion of that money and you invest it so this investment can actually produce fruit. And this is what Tammy and I have been doing for years. And we're still in our journey. We haven't arrived yet. The fact here is we have an opportunity that can really help you fulfill that.
Absolutely. And we're here to help average people, just like Chris and I. We're average people who decided that we were going to make some changes in our lives. And this is going back quite a few years, 25, 27, 8 years now. And we decided we were sick and tired of being sick and tired of just making ends meet, not having that lifestyle that we've always wanted. So this is an opportunity for you to change your stars, just like it has for us. And as we're doing right now with GotBackup with many people. And the key is to have that work ethic. We call this profession network marketing. So it's network, not net wish, net hope. You got to put the work into it. And if you're willing to do that, you're going to do great things with this. And we got lots in store for you.
Absolutely. So let's begin a bit about our company. We began actually in 1997. They were from Gatineau, Quebec. In fact, I'm quite familiar with the area. I grew up in Ottawa, which is about 20-minute drive there. And in fact, I remember meeting Joel way back when I was looking for a server. I didn't know much about anything at the time. All I needed is server space to be able to create a website to support my network marketing team. Folks, I've been in network marketing for a long, long time. Even at a part-time when I was trying to make ends meet, I was trying to start this thing. Well, the fact here is Joel was telling me at one point that they were moving from their location to the United States in Dallas, Texas. And I was asking, why is that? Am I going to have to find another provider? He says, no, absolutely not. We're just moving location to be able to support the bandwidth that we require because of the growth that we've been having. The city that we have don't have the fiber optic infrastructure to be able to support the growth. And he said they're willing to add more, but once you reach that maximum, which they felt they're going to reach very quickly, then that's it. And that's when they decide, well, we need to move to the US. So they bought a 10,000 square feet data center, which is paid in full. They own the data center. I know we'll show you a little video in a second here where they're only using a tiny small portion of that data center. 80% of the space is still available for the harvesting of servers if we can turn around and start having millions and millions and millions of users. If you look at, for example, GotBackup, right? So again, folks, when you look at this, don't think that it's just a small room and we're going to reach maximum capacity, folks. There is an enormous amount of space to expand, and that's what I love about it. So let me kind of share this video here for you to understand what we're talking about.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect of security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So let's come out of the server room for now. And I also want to explain, if God forbid, a bomb dropped on this building, a hurricane came in, whatever, a flood, which statistically is impossible, but if it did happen, we also back up all of your cloud data to a third-party data center just in case something ever happened to this building. And again, it's never happened, but you just never know, right? So
at this point, folks, you heard enough to really understand exactly the power that GotBackup has to offer as to the inline consumer as a product within our opportunity. So back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, so let's get started with the trends. We all know that if you want to succeed in business, you got to be ahead of trends. And GotBackup, it's only what, 9 months now, Chris, that we've been building in the global markets. For those of you who started right from the beginning, I know you're super excited. Chris and I heard about it in May, and the division started in April, and I know they've got an anniversary coming up. And so that's really, really exciting. But you can see almost 7 billion smartphones are in the world. And from every age group that you can think of, you can see that this would be a growing trend for anybody who got involved in this opportunity that you're going to hear about today.
So when you look at the percentage of global mobile traffic, that's the use of our devices from 2011 to 2023. And I know we're in 2024. Eventually we're going to find, so we're going to have to update this slide. The bottom line is from 6% to 60%. And we're just getting started. We're still in a stone age of where we're going here, folks. So this is the possibility that is before you.
Oh yeah, in today's world, I mean, everybody has phones on them. Everywhere you go, doesn't matter where you are. Even date nights, I can see the heart there with the 57% of people who go on dates have their phones with them. And I have to agree, Chris and I always have our phone with us on date night, but we don't use our phones. Maybe to take a picture, to celebrate, to post it the next day or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we always have our phones on us. And when we forget them, we always go back and get them. People use it for the alarm clocks. I mean, I know our kids, you probably can relate to this. They're texting you while they're in the house. I mean, you could have a normal conversation in the house, right? But no, people are on their phones. They're texting, what time supper ready or whatever it is. and you know what cracks me up, Chris, is the bathroom one, because I remember back in the day when everybody had those magazines in the baskets. You never see this in bathrooms anymore because people are on their phones, right?
You know what's
there's
ironic
so many
about
examples of
Yeah, sometimes actually, you're kind of rushing to go to the washroom and says, "Oh no," and then you go back to get the phone before. This is serious. I mean, it's stupid, but it's what people do, right? So, folks, when you look in here right now, because of the usage and everything, like Tammy talk about pictures, well, data loss is a growing concern, right? 45% of cell phones have accidentally been damaged or lost. The data's been lost. Over 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptops or cell phones are stolen every 43 seconds. This is quite serious, especially when your life is recorded. We don't have hard copies, pictures like we used to have in the 80s and prior to that, 60s and 70s, whatever, right? So it's quite important what we're talking about here when it comes to losing your data. It's absolutely devastating.
Yeah. And how many times have you seen these messages lately? It's so interesting because every single time I talk to people, this seems to be in a conversation. And so many people have to upgrade or they have to get rid of stuff. And who wants to get rid of great things that have happened in your life? Our memories is it's what we have. It's what we carry forward, right, into generations. So you definitely don't want to get rid of any of this stuff. So how do we increase our data without dealing with all those price increases? That's the big key.
And we'll come back to that. But the second global trend, folks, is making more money. You know, 42%, if I may focus on American market, have side gigs. 62% of Gen X, Gen Z, these are our kids, right? Anywhere between 18 to 25. My daughter, in fact, she's been traveling since November of last year. She's still traveling. In fact, she's coming back to visit us after this big trip, and she's been working her business online while she's traveling. This is the present and the future. What about the rest of the world? Tammy and I had the opportunity to spend an enormous amount of time in Ghana, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Kenya, and all across the United States, from East Coast to the West Coast, from Canada, from the East Coast to the West Coast. We've been to the Philippines. We've been to Malaysia. We've been to Hong Kong. We've been to Japan. We've been to Australia, New Zealand.
Yeah.
I think we might have touched almost every continent, right? We haven't been into the Russian market. It's something that we've never have the opportunity to do yet. But eventually, when things calm down, we'll get. But the point here is the global trends of the business that we're into right now is so important. You understand this?
Yeah, and I've always loved a business that I could build it up and make money while I'm sleeping. Anybody want to make money while they sleep? I mean, that's got to be a growing trend right there, and this is an opportunity to do this. So we're going to talk about the next step in this session is, you know, how do we do this? How do we do this with GotBackup? What do we have to offer?
So let us introduce you to what we have here. First is we have the core product, which is what we're talking about, which is the backup system, just kind of like Dropbox and so forth. But there's a VIP package that you can take advantage of, we'll touch on, that will help you within your marketing activities. Just this morning, right, I just sent an email to all my co-ops, all the people that are considering this opportunity, letting them know about this business venture here today, this presentation. And I recommend that you guys do the same. So we'll touch on that briefly.
Yeah, so let's talk about what we have in store for you. We're super excited about this every time we share this, and it's so easy to share. That's what I love. Is GotBackup is offering 6 terabytes of storage. You can have 6 members on one account, and it's unlimited devices. And all of that for $10 a month, $9.97 to be exact. And it's a home-based business that pays you. And it's the only company that offers this in this space.
And I also do recommend that you also show up, or because I know for some of you, the time zone may not permit this, where Joel on Wednesday, we're Friday already, does a presentation at 8 o'clock Eastern time. If you don't mind I'm using my local time here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And Joel has more data to cover. So I do recommend for you to come in on the Wednesday, right? We're actually sharing a presentation that is the standard presentation that we're training and duplicating across the world. So looking here on the GotBackup, right? We have the iCloud service. We have the Dropbox service. We have the Google Drive service. They all offer around $10 a month. One user generally, except for Google Drive. And I know that this may change from time to time because competitors need to stay in business, and for that, they need to be competitive. But GotBackup is within the same price range, but they offer all of these. But what's also really cool is you can have, within your account, you can have 6 family members or friends or whoever that can share the 6 terabytes. So if you have 6 people, that would be, each of them will have 1 terabyte each, right? So for the price of $10 a month, I'm just running it off. Or you can pay for the year, which is around $100. Remember, when you're looking at this, that means there's 2 months free. So if you pay for the year, which I highly recommend, and you'll be active for the next 12 months, your associate will be active for the next 12 months. That is the way to go. But if right now money's tight because you're in a market when inflation is quite high, then go with the monthly package until you can afford paying for the year. So folks, there's so many benefits here that we have to offer here. So how do we summarize this, Tammy? Go ahead.
It's so exciting. 6 terabytes for $9.97. I don't know if you know, but iCloud has a 6 terabytes program, and it's $29.99, I believe, per month. So this is amazing that we're able to offer this and have family members on one account, and each one of those has their own private password, so they can't see each other's stuff. So it's fantastic. So just to clarify that, 6 terabytes, $9.97, 6 members on the account, unlimited devices, and you saw the security video, how secure your data storage is when you're part of GotBackup. So jump on board. We're super excited.
And now I'm going to talk about some of the benefits of the VIP program, right? We have kind of a video uploader. It's called VTuber, and it's around, if you would buy this alone, and folks, I know because I've been doing online marketing and online, tools that I've been using for years, and you know what I mean, $200 to $300 a month, per year, right? Because I'm saying this because there is some programs that are that much, but the point is, $300 a year. This is actually not even expensive. In fact, it's below standard. So the fact here is that you have access to this. You can have up to 100 videos. And again, you can turn around and get rid of all the videos. And these videos, you can reference them for your social media presence. You can put them into your emails, your email campaigns. Absolutely amazing. The other thing is you have the memory place. And the memory place is the kind of service where you can upload all your pictures, and then you can create a link or a QR code that you can share within the audience that are actually participating in that event, so they can share all their pictures. And now there's a one-stop shop where everybody can access everybody's pictures if people took the time just to upload their pictures from their cell phones from whatever that event is, just by scanning the QR code or by clicking the link that you provide. Again, $300 a year. Now, here's another one. We have a personal promo link. You know, when you start your GotBackup business, they provide you a link that gives you a landing page that you send to your prospects, and you put their name and email. Well, you can modify that page. You can add a phone number if you want. Just keep in mind that when you add the phone number as a requirement, less people will provide their information. So make sure you make that optional. So most people say, I don't know yet. I've just put my name and email, just food for thought here. The point here that's important is languages. Let's just say that, let's say you're happen to be working within the Greek market, because I know we have translation for Italy, we have Spanish, we have French, we have English, and maybe I think some of the Chinese. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it's Mandarin or Cantonese, but the bottom line is you can translate this to the language of preference. And you can associate it with your emails. In those emails, you can turn on and create the emails that will be responding based on people jumping in on the language of preference. Folks, there's so much that you can offer here. Again, $300 a year. And also you have a custom domain name link. So for example, let's say you don't want to promote, let's say GotBackup / your ID GotBackup / whatever the link is. You could assign that to a domain that you actually own, that you might have created with GoDaddy or any other service that are out there. There's hundreds of them, maybe more. The bottom line here is that you can use this domain that you own. A domain, by the way, folks, it's something.com, .net, .whatever. Okay. And it's a name that you purchased online, which you pay anywhere, $10, $9, $15, depending on what it is, which company you deal with. And you own this name. And then you can assign this name to whatever you want. And then whenever you promote, if the link changes, it doesn't matter, because you always have the same domain name. Again, maybe some of you, it's going way over your head. Don't worry about it. For those of you who understand what I'm saying, that is also included in the package of the VIP. So folks, there's so much that you have in a VIP package that most people don't really realize for the measly price that they offer for it. But back to you, Tammy.
Yeah, and I'm not a person that's computer literate. I'm okay, but I just want to let you know that I'm using the VIP package and I'm going through everything. I'm using it for my email responder systems, using the VidUber. I had my domain name done. So if I can, I always say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And there's a lot of trainings also that you can tap into. So yeah, don't hesitate when it comes to being a VIP, because there's so many rewards on being a VIP member. So we're switching right over to how you can earn income with GotBackup. So there's 3 different ways to earn income. And the first is what we call the direct referral commission. This means you telling people and you get paid. Okay, so it's $20 per direct referral in a month. In other words, if you tell me about this and I say, oh my gosh, send me your link, and I join, you're going to make $20. Okay. And I pay the $9.97. You're going to make $20. So every single month after, you're going to get 25%. And you're not limited to how many people you can bring into this opportunity. I know we're talking to a whole lot of people, and I know a lot of you leaders that are on these sessions, you guys are rocking with this, bringing in a ton of people worldwide. Congratulations. Kudos to all of you. I know that you're all being recognized on the boards. And so for an example of this, so let's say you brought in 20 people in this month, you brought in 20 people. So $20 times 20 people is $400 in commissions. So I recommend, if you jump in, aim for your 20. So you know exactly how much you're going to make at the end of the month. Plus, every month after, it's $50. Okay, this is residual income, you guys. You're not getting this with a job. This is residual income. Do the work and put the efforts in so that you can have that continual residual income over time.
Absolutely. Now let's get into number 2 and number 3. Number 2 is a matching check commission based on the work that you've done in the direct referral commission. So let me explain to you with the Tammy's example. You earn 25% matching check on the income that comes from your direct referral. Okay, so for example, you sponsored me and I earned an income. You will earn 25% from the income that I earned. The company will send to you as a matching check. Let me give you an example. Tammy talked about 20 business partners. So let's just say you did sponsor those 20. And let's say that, again, we're just averaging here that they're earning about $200 on a monthly basis. Then you will earn $50 per business partner. Remember, that's 25%. So if you have 20 people like that, you do the math, that's $10 per month on the number 2 based on their activities, on the recruiting activities. Okay. So that's the second way you earn an income. The third way, that's what we call team commission. This is the residual aspect of this. This is the retirement plan. So here's how this works. This team commission is built from a binary concept. Binary comes from the computer term 0 and 1. All really means is one or the other. In our case, either left or right. That's it. That's all it means. You don't have to really go further than that. And when you see indirect happens to be someone that was above you, that is sharing the same leg, that has sponsored someone underneath you, not because they know you or like you, simply because it's the next personal spot that they can put someone in to continue to build their business. And let's say you put someone on the left side, that would be your direct referral. And you go back to the right side underneath indirect referral. Well, you see the body in orange here, circle, yellow, not orange. That would be yours. You see, the indirect referral also benefit from your work. Why? Not because you know the person is the indirect referral. It just happened to be in a path of sponsorship. That's how the binary is designed to work. So now that if we expand on that a little bit more, step number 1 is you want to remain active. Why? Well, one is you want to make sure that you want to back up your data. Just like if you have any membership anywhere else, right? For example, you have a membership at a gym, or you have a membership at Costco, you have a membership wherever. If you're stopping the membership, you don't have access. Well, it's just normal. It's the way we do business. So of course you want to remain active. Number 2 is you want to invite others to do the same. And number 3 is you start earning commission. But what's really important here is that you sponsored at least one on your left side and one on your right side personally. Doesn't matter where they are on the right or on the left. At least there's one on each side that you're personally enrolled. And what happens here, if you look at the reference of power leg, it just happens to be someone with more bodies, which happens to be on the left side. And on the right side, there's less bodies. That what we call the pay leg. And how do you earn commission? Well, you see, we earn commission per cycle in a third we earn. So the more you help your team grow, the more your team sees the vision and start recruiting and sponsoring, the more that team commission grows. And the cycles are based on the $10 bodies that you see here. Right now, if you look at the basic, for you to generate one cycle, you need to have 6 people. They don't have to be coming from you. We do recommend that you get at least one on the left, one on the right to maximize this. But the bottom line is the moment you have 6 people, which is 4 on the side on the left and 2 on the opposite side, you generate a cycle. And a cycle will vary based on the company's profit, which generally it's around $4. Okay. Just so you know, standard in a binary, usually it's about 10% on the pay team. If you do the math here, $10 plus $10 on the right side, that's $20. I'm sure everybody will agree with me. What's 10% of that? That would be $2. This is a standard. Tammy and I've been network marketing full-time for well over 28 years. That's the standard. GotBackup doubles that. And it gets better as you grow, because the more cycles you get, the more income you earn. Tammy and I's goal is 10,000 cycles. For us to do that, we got to do a whole lot of presentations and trainings, which I hope you'll show up to a training tomorrow morning, because it's going to be a really, really important training for everybody. So generally, folks, this is how we get paid and our compensation plan.
All right, here's the exciting part, you guys, and this is how we get started. $20 one-time fee for life. Like Chris said, we've been in the industry for a long time, and a lot of companies have a monthly fee or they have a yearly fee to keep your business center active. This one time, plus you pay for the service, which is your GotBackup service, and you can do it monthly or you can do it yearly. And most people go yearly because they want to save the 2 months, right? So they save $20. So I highly recommend to hop in, jump in for the full year, give yourself a chance to learn so that you can, you can grow with this. So I highly recommend $9.99. If you can't do that, jump in on a monthly payment.
And by the way, I want to thank you, Esther, for answering Thea's. Some of you are absolutely brilliant. I'm using your comments to add on to our presentation. So well done, everybody. I love the contribution, the participation. So let's talk about the pricing. Remember, I talked about VDuber and Memory Place and your promotional link and the domain. If you add all that up, if you would be paying this on a month, yearly basis or monthly basis with independently, you'd be paying around $87 a month, or about over $1,000 a year. See, GotBackup offers this for $24.97 per month, all of this stuff, or $249 per year. Of course, Tammy and I pay for the year, so again, we save 2 months, right? It's just a no-brainer. And folks, it also will increase your commissions. Remember, it counts on the commission you get paid on the matching check and also on the direct sponsorship. So it's really, 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 really awesome. So this is how this works with the VIP program and the core program that we just talked about. So now you understand the pricing. Let's talk about where we are. And I know, Tammy, we're currently in 136, I think, in Peru now, but back to you.
Yeah, super, super exciting. Like we said, it's borderless. So if you're in a country that we're not already open in, look at the massive opportunity that you have here. So, and you're not limited to how many countries you can build. You can build anywhere in the world with this company. And if you've ever been into businesses, especially supplement-based, product-based, where you're dealing with deliveries and ingredients and all of that stuff, they're not in this many countries, I can tell you that. So it takes years and years and years and a huge amount of money to be able to do businesses in countries. So here, it's an app. Here, it's the cloud. So it's literally borderless. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. And if we talk about the recognition and the achievements here, folks, it's pretty amazing. See, understanding here that we have all of these ranks, right? It starts from bronze, the moment you make your first $20. And then we have copper. Folks, copper is probably one of the most important rank that you'll have, because this rank is what we call the core rank. What's a core rank? A core rank happens to be the rank that everyone could achieve if they work at it. And it's not too hard. And if everybody would achieve that rank, it could push you all the way up to the black diamond because of duplication process. Last week we talked about the popcorn effect. And this is exactly what it is. And at the beginning, when you, like, for some of you that may be filling with a popcorn in a little bag, you put it in the microwave and you wait almost an entire minute and barely anything happen. And then 10 seconds later, there's a few little pops that happens. And within the last 30 seconds of the 2 minutes, that's when the pops are coming in left, right, and center. And that's when you got into momentum. But you had to wait about 70% of the time before something happens. And that's unfortunately where most people get discouraged and they get distracted by the jumpers. The jumpers are people that keep jumping from one deal to another, and they never end doing that. And that's why they never make any money in this business. They never stick long enough to wait for the popcorn to start popping and getting into momentum. Folks, this here is very important to understand. See, GotBackup is not even a year old yet. If you look at Dropbox, it took them something like 13 years. I think they were in business for 7 years before they got into momentum. They have 700 million users today. GotBackup are crossing, what is it, Tammy, 47,000?
47,000, yeah. And
So-
Joel was saying on Wednesday night, the goal is to have 52,000 by the beginning of April, which is the celebration of the 1 year. So we
And
don't
there's
have
some-
far to go.
Absolutely. And there's some really exciting things. But Tammy, let's talk about the support before we continue here.
Yeah, there's a lot of support, personalized referral links for invitations, for people to look at your videos, to come to the lives. Everything is linked to you for anybody you're talking to. You got personalized landing page. We've got an email marketing system that's brilliant. I know I'm working a lot on that and learning a lot through the email marketing system. So imagine having a list and constantly clicking a link and sending to hundreds or thousands of people in one click. That is in your virtual office. There's marketing tools. There's videos. That's what's important. There's videos for every single step in building this business and how to set up the GotBackup software, how to get everything set up and move your pictures and your videos over. So, and team support, that's got to be the biggest thing. You got a lot of support. There's so many incredible leaders in this company that are actively engaged and working with their teams. It's so much fun. And on Saturdays, Chris and I actually do a training and help the company do trainings to help people build a solid foundation. I think that's what our training is tomorrow, Chris, how to build it from scratch and go to the top of the ranks.
Yeah, it's actually how to build a solid foundation. And folks, you don't want to miss that training. I'm telling you. We even wrote a book on it. You don't want to miss that training. This is going to be really, really, really important. But folks, in conclusion, is we have a product that everyone needs and a business that everyone can afford. In today's economy, I can tell you that $10 a month, regardless of where you live and the situation you are financially, you can find a way to get there. That's why Tammy and I decided to be part of this venture. In conclusion, Tammy, before we just start talking about some of the recognition.
Yeah, and don't overthink things. I think a lot of people get so busy in life. They look at something and then they get back to it. Jump in, because there's lots available for you to learn in the process. And the GotBackup service, you're not going to get 6 terabytes out there. That's going to allow you to have 6 members in your family. It doesn't even matter if they're in the same household. You can have six people on one account and unlimited devices. It's massive, you guys. And the trend is there. Whether you like it or not, it is the future. Nobody's storing papers like they used to. You look at everything that you're receiving, from bank statements to all of this stuff. That's all going away, the paper stuff. And you're going to want to store all these really, really important documents and in a safe, secure environment, which has GotBackup. So just jump in and learn and connect with your leader, and they're going to support you all the way. And of course, you've got a lot of support in the team groups.
Now, Joseph, you have a question here, is please don't have a bank account. Well, here's the good news. Now, GotBackup will pay in crypto. So they're doing this for this reason. We are evolving. And before I continue on this note, folks, here's what's important here is to recognize I just went to my back office. And the reason why I'm doing this is I wanted to find something that is duplicatable. Whatever Tammy and I do has to be duplicatable. Whatever we share with you, you have to be able to do this, right? So here's the thing. you look here, I went to my leaderboard in my back office, and I recommend for you guys to do that from time to time. You can see, you can click here and view all the all-time commission earned from the entire team. But if you look here from the week, this is the week that we're talking about this week right now. Okay. And you look at, this is actually our upline. I think I spoke to him one time in my life. And this is our upline. So the fact here is we have Robert, we have Richard, we have Stone Evans, we have Christina, we have GotBackup, amazing deal. We have myself here, we have Arvin, we have Noel, we have Richard, right? And this is the top monthly commission earned. And again, every week this will change. As you can see here, these will change from week to week, right? The all-time commission earned, Cassandra, which is my upline, and Richard Weberg, who is number 2, who's been in the company for a while. And we have here number 3. Folks, we started this thing, Tammy and I, 9 months ago around, right? I haven't been in it for more than a year yet, right? We have Curtis Webb, number 4. We have Richard here, number 5. Well done, Richard. We have Robert Polo, number 6. We have Noel here. We have Tammy here, number 8. We have Gloria McDonald, number 9, and Bruce Nelkin, number 10. Now, if you look here, the weekly sales, right? So you have here Irvin, well done. Stone Evans. We have Krazia. We have GotBackup, amazing deal. We have, you recognize some of the names that are top income, right? There's Mitchell. There is De La Planche, Leatita, Luza. And I apologize, I'm French, so sometimes I have a little hard time with some names in different languages. I do apologize for that. We have Evelyn, we have Tiha, we have Patipa, we number the top 10. We have here the weekly generated leads. Esther, I know Esther, I keep seeing you popping up. Well done. Vita, Irvin again, Valdemir, Daniel, Roy, Derek, David. And you'll notice that a lot of the names are going to pop in. And if you go back here, and you click on that list here, it will walk you through, right? I was at the bottom of the list, bottom of the food chain. And we've been growing and growing and growing, and we keep punching away, or maybe that's not the right expression, plugging away, I should say, Tammy and I, right? We're constantly. Look what's going on. These are all the folks. See, the people that participate, you can see them also chatting. They're always sharing, and you recognize them. Right? So this is absolutely amazing. And what's really important here is to keep evolving, to keep moving. And I want to congratulate every single one of you that are here today. This is how the business works. You stay the course. Even if you get distracted because something looks cute, looks good for you right now, don't give up on GotBackup. I'm telling you, it's an amazing backup plan in every sense of the word. So the fact here is, if you're distracted, don't let go of this thing, because it's like, I know for some of you have been following Bitcoin, right? Well, Bitcoin is reaching its ultimate high and it's about to explode. And I'm not saying for you to invest in anything in here. What I'm telling you is we stayed the course. Something that was worth almost nothing. Now, Tammy and I have, we've quadrupled whatever we invested into these things. And my point, and I'm not encouraging you to do any of these things. What I'm telling you is, if you stick around long enough, eventually, if it makes sense, of course, eventually things will grow and evolve.
When you make great money, you guys, when you make great money, you can do great investments. I mean, our whole goal in building our business is to create generational wealth. I don't know what you're wanting to do with your families, but we want to make sure that our families are going to be doing well. And if we've got the grit and we've got the leadership skills, we're going to go out there and make it happen, right? And so this is something that we encourage all of you to do. Think about your families. Think about your grandchildren and the future of theirs, right? So you got to put efforts into it if you want to have residual that you can turn into passive, which is what Chris is doing. Here's what we're doing actually this weekend. We're starting at 20 and 30. Anybody who's doing 20 and 30 with Eric Roy, watch the numbers grow, because Our goal is to sign up 20 new people in a 30-day period and have our team members do the same thing. So I highly encourage all of you to step up your game, because the month of March going into April, we're going into serious momentum. And then we're going to celebrate, because it'll be a 1-year celebration for the company.
I totally agree. And listen, folks, if you are serious and you want to take advantage of this 2030, Tammy and I have been following this gentleman for years. We're spending tens of thousands of dollars a year to be part of his thing. Register for this thing. It's only $9 or $10, and it will walk you through. We're trying to help you do what we do. You notice that we're in the top of the food chain when it comes to income. There's a reason for that. And we encourage you to participate and not just stay on the sidelines and praying on your knees, hoping that things are going to happen on its own. You got to take a bold action moving forward. So I knew this presentation was a little longer than we usually do, but we wanted to recognize some of you that are doing so well. And also we wanted to let you know that we're going to participate in this 2030. And that's 20 people in 30 days. He's going to walk you through the concepts. We really recommend for you to take advantage of that. It will serve you well. So listen, everybody, have yourself a wonderful rest of your weekend, or should say we're beginning our weekend. And thank you very much for participating. We appreciate you folks. And I'm telling you, this is a great deal. Don't get distracted by the pretty girl or the pretty boy. Stay the course. Keep moving forward. And if you do get distracted, don't let go of this, because I'm telling you, it will absolutely grow. And when it does, be ready for rain, because when it rains, that's when the harvest starts growing. Have yourself a wonderful weekend, and bye for now.